In today's tutorial, let's do the classy steps crochet pillow together, and that's coming up next. And welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're going to do the classy steps pillow, and I'm going to show you the stitch work involved in this pillow. It's actually really easy once you get beyond the repeat pattern and start to understand, and then you're going to fly through it. In order to do this pillow, you need to do two panels, the front and the back, and in today's tutorial I'm going to tell you how to change the size if you wish. I'm also going to give you tips that if you don't want to change the yarn as far as cutting it, you can just carry it up on the outside instead of having to change all the yarn all the time. And when you go to fasten it together, you just tuck it in so it's on the inside of the pillow, so when you do the other edge that comes together, it can all be on the inside without having to stop or start your yarn all the time. So it's a really kind of a neat concept. So let's talk a little bit more about this pattern before we begin. So in today's pattern I'm going to teach you how to change the size. Everything is in groups of 4, so that means it's 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Just always keep it in groups of 4 and you're going to be successful each and every time. So this pattern's been designed for an 18-inch pillow, and that was to starting off with 48 chains to begin. But maybe you have a 12-inch pillow, so you'll start with chain 32. 14-inch pillow, chain 36. 16-inch pillow, chain 42. The 18, as I mentioned, is 48, and 20-inch pillows are 52 chains to begin. So if you can maintain that, it's great. There's an information link in the more information of this video. You can click that and you can get that information to be able to change the size if you wish. So this is a really quite an easy pattern to be able to follow. It is a one-sided pattern, so the other side is flat just like you see here, and so the other side has all the texture, and these are just drop down front post double crochets that we are going to talk about as well. So let's grab our yarn. We're going to be using Bernat Maker Home Deck today. You just need one ball of each color, so you can do blue and more of a beige color like this, or you can match what is exactly in the pattern. Again, that's your personal choice and it's your creativity. So let's get started. So in today's pattern you need to do two panels. So the back panel is not different at all. It's the same thing, and all you want to do at the very end is once you get your square done, you're going to put them together so that the insides are on the inside, and then you're just going to single crochet around the edge just like this, and you're going to trace it, and you're going to do 3 edges, and then you're going to insert your pillow frame into the one edge, and then just finish it off with single crochet with sealing the pillow in the inside. All of these strands here, you just want to tuck them away, make sure they're nice and out of the way, and making sure that they're not going to fall out in the front of your pillow in any way. So it's just a really easy concept to be able to follow, and I think it's you're going to love this. You may even want to do this Afghan as an Afghan design as well. So let's begin. Let's grab our 8mm size L crochet hook today and our Bernat Maker yarn, and let's try one of these. So the pillow has it of chaining 48 for the 18-inch pillow, but remember what I said, if you keep it in groups of 4 you're always going to be successful. So I'm just going to do a 12. Okay, that's a group of 4, so there's 3 groups of 4 there to make 12, and I'm just going to show you the stitch work because once you get this it's so simple. So I'm just going to go either 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so that's a group of 4, and then I do it again, 1 2 3 and 4, and then 1 2 3 and 4. So that's all you have to do. So you can follow the chains that I provided to you for changing the sizes, or you can just keep it in groups of 4. This means that you can do an Afghan like this if you wanted to. So let's start our first row across, and our first row across is just single crochet second chain from the hook. So just 1 and 2, turn it over, get the back loop only, and I want you to single crochet yourself to the end of the chain that you started with on the other side. So just working your way through. Getting started is always the hardest part, and in most projects it's always the most time consuming, but this particular pattern, once you get it going, it's really quite fast to be able to manipulate it as well. And because I'm going to teach you how not to change your yarns by cutting them and just carrying them up on the side, you're just going to blaze through pretty quickly like I did when I did my mini samples. So just single crochet across your chain. I'll see you back here in a moment. Okay, once I'm at the end of my chain, I'm just going to turn it. So every other row is going to be what I'm about to show you. It's going to be just a double crochet. No fancy footwork, nothing. It's just double crochet. So you're going to chain up 3, which counts as 1 double crochet. So 1 2 and 3, and moving to the next stitch right beside there, and I want you to double crochet yourself all the way across. That's it. So every other row is going to just be this double crochet. That's as hard as it's going to get, folks. And then I'm going to show you what to do at the end of this row. I'll see you there in just a moment. So once I get to the very last one, I'm just going to double crochet, and I am not gonna finish my stitch. I'm gonna hold it so you get 2 loops here. What I want you to do is that I don't want you trimming off your yarn. You don't have to. This is a neat concept about this particular project. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my next color and I'm just gonna use this color and I'm gonna create a slip knot to begin. And what I want to do is use that color and pull through that final 2 loops, and this will get this color ready then for you for the next row. What I want you to do, leave this blue out of the way, so it's not interfering with your stitches, and I want you to turn your work and I want you to start with this clay color, and that's what we're gonna do next. So what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna establish those lines that come down in your blanket, and this is or in your pillow. This is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna chain up 1 and we're gonna single crochet into the first one. Now the first time you ever go by this straggler, I would leave down on top and trap it underneath. So going into the very first stitch, okay, and just single crochet and just going right up over top of that, the straggler. So I want you to single crochet that one plus 2 more down the row, just like that. So now you have 3 single crochets right here in the beginning. So what we're gonna do now is just look straight down and just look straight down and look for the single crochet, and you're gonna go into a side of the post. So you're just gonna wrap the hook first and looking straight down, okay, and I want you to get to the side post of the single crochet. So going in the side and back out, pull through, okay, give it a bit of slack, yarn over, pull through 2, and yarn over, pull through 2, just like that. So that counts as that next stitch that you see here in the blue. So you don't want to go into that one to start the next section. So skipping that one, going to the next one, because this one is that one, and I want you to single crochet the next 3 in a row. So 1, 2, and 3. And then you're gonna drop down again. So you got 3 in a row and then drop down. That's what you're gonna do the whole line across. So again, wrap that hook, look straight down, and if you look at these single crochets, see this? So you got 1 there that you've already done. So 1, 2, 3, go to the 4th, and if you look straight down, it was the 4th anyway. Once you get these established, it's easy to maintain the rest of this. So just around, give it some slack, pull through 2 and 2. And now that's it. You're just gonna keep doing that all the way down until you run out of stitches. So skip that same one in the back there and go to the next one and single crochet the final. So once you get to the other side, there's only gonna be 3 in a row of single crochet, and you are not gonna fasten off this color. You're just gonna leave it like that. Do you see that? It just went down. So there's 3 and then down, 3 and down, and then just like that all the way. So let's start our next row. So our next row is an alternative row, and it's like number 2 all over again. So you're just gonna chain 2, or sorry, chain 3, and double crochet yourself all the way across. So the rows that have the single crochet are the ones that drop down, and the other rows that are just double crochet that I'm doing now, it's just a straight double crochet all the way across. And this will take you back to where the blue is sitting there waiting for you to grab next time that you go across. So how the color works is that you go across with the color and then back with that same color and then switch it to the next yarn. You can carry more than just these 2 yarns up on the side if you wanted to. Again, that's your own creativity and you can decide what works for you. So you're just gonna double crochet yourself all the way across. I'm not bothering to count, I'm just going 1 double crochet in each stitch. Now when you get to the final stitch, this is when you're gonna change. So you're gonna wrap and pull through 2, and normally you would pull through 2, but you're gonna drop it, bring up this blue one again, pull any slack if it was pull any slack, get this one out of your way so you don't see it anymore, and just pull that through. And when you pull that through, you don't want this to be so tight that it's gonna buckle, but you don't want it being loose either that it's gonna be warped. So you're gonna pull that, and now you're gonna turn now. So this will begin then the next row. So the next row is just gonna be exactly what you already know. So you're gonna chain up 1, and the first 3 are going to be single crochets. So we've already done this when we started doing the clay color. So the first 3 are singles, and then we're gonna drop down. Where are we gonna drop down? We're gonna drop down right into where this other section is right here. So you're just gonna wrap the hook, go behind that section, okay, and then wrap the hook and pull through, give it a bit of slack, pull through 2 and 2. So now the line is going to follow straight up. So on here on the clay color here, you're going to skip the next one, go to the next one over, and 3 in a row for single crochet. Okay, so 3 in a row, then drop down again. So wrap the hook, drop it, and come back down to this section, pull through, give it a bit of slack, pull through 2 and 2, and go all the way down in the same fashion. So you have lots going down. You skip that same one in behind and go to the next one, and because you're on the end, there's only going to be 3 stitches left over, which is your single crochet. Once you're done that, you're just going to turn your work, keep on that because this one here is waiting for you on the other side, so you know you can't finish over here. So you're going to turn your work. This is an alternative row, so this is chain 3 to begin, and then just double crochet yourself back across. Now if you're changing the sizes of your particular pillow, you just have to match your width to your height. So what I would do is if you're going to change it in any way, take a measuring tape, measure across, and then you stop when you get to that same height measurement in the vertical direction. That's how you would do it. So you're just going to keep going back and forth with these 2 colors. That gives a really neat look. The clay pillow is absolutely beautiful. It's really quite nice and classy if you ask me. That's I guess why it's called classy. It looks really quite elegant and without a lot of overkill to the pattern. So when you get done, what I would strongly recommend for you is that if you finish now, you're gonna have a top section of your pillow not done. So what you want to do is that you want to finish off, what you want to do is change your color, because you have to change it anyway in this row. Again, it's gonna come up through the side, and when you go to change off and finish off your panel, you want to finish it off on the single crochet line. And the reason for that is that you'll have this gap where you have no line at all, and you see that you have a line right here in the bottom. So the first 3 are singles, just like that, and then drop down, give a little bit of slack. You're skipping that one that it's blocking in the front, go to the next 3, single crochet, and then drop down. See, it's so easy. It's just 1 2 3 drop, 1 2 3 drop, and then you do the final. So this would be the row that you would want to finish off on if you're doing this pillow, and therefore you have the lines going right up to the top and right down to the bottom, just like this. So let's review on how to put these together. So let's review on how to finish this off. So I've just trimmed my yarn, and it's just sitting here. I want to use a darning needle, and I want to feed the yarn through a darning needle, and I want to kind of hide it in. Now this is like a really tough yarn to work with. It's great for durability, but you're going to want a very sharp darning needle to hide in these loose ends. And so all you're just doing is just going in to the same color, and this is what makes this yarn great, is that it is a strong yarn. There's nothing worse than doing decor items and you realize then it's not gonna hold when you're done. So what you want to do is that you don't have very many loose ends to work with. You have the beginning and the end, and then just do this. Now because I had you bury this one as you went, the first one here does not have to be woven in, it's already done. So then you just have to do the final. You'll have to do this on both panels. So both final, this is the final loop. Let me just pull that through, and again using your darning needle, then just put it on and just weave it in on both sides, and so therefore you should have no loose ends then hanging out of your panel piece. So please do that, and I'll see you back here in just a moment. So using my 2 example pillows here, I want to show you how to put these together. So we're just gonna single crochet ourselves down an edge, and then around, and then back up, and then around again. So what this time though, we have to sandwich 2 together. So all you just gotta do is put your right sides facing down. Okay, so then you see the wrong side. Then this one, the right side is facing up. So if you're looking at the pillow and you were displaying it, this is the side that you'd be looking at. So we don't want to see the inside of your pillows. So all we're just gonna do, because your pillows are the same, you want to start off and just go around. So just grabbing a piece of yarn that is the same material, and that we want to start off, and we're gonna use our same size hook, and what we want to do is that we're gonna work through both thicknesses at the same time. So what I would do if I were you is that I would work in a top corner first. So going up, so go into this piece here and then go into the same piece on the other side and just the same stitch. Okay, so you're making sure that the right sides are facing out, and we're just going to join with a slip stitch to begin, like that, chain up 1 and single crochet into the same one. So you're just gonna work yourself across. So you go into the next stitch on the front side, the next stitch on the same section in the back, and single crochet across. So I'm just kind of monitoring what I'm doing on the other side so that I'm getting both at the same time. So what you want to do is that any loose ends that you have, just tuck inside the pillow. And the goal is to do this on 3 sides without the pillow form on the inside, so that you can do this with the ease. Once you get that pillow frame involved, or pillow form involved, it can get a little complicated to be able to hold it. So why bother to put yourself through a lot of stress? So if you're matching the stitches across, everything should work out equally on both sides. And we'll check that in just a moment. So you can use any colors that you wanted to for the border. I just happened to use white because it was closer to me on the desk. So a pillow form is the best way to for these kind of pillows. Some people use polyfill stuffing and put it inside the pocket that is made. I would not recommend that. The pillow form has the polyfill confined already inside the package of the pillow form, and it holds together a lot better, if you were to ask me. So we're gonna go right to the edge, and then the final one is the final one here. And in the final ones that you want to do, when you turn a corner, you're always gonna put 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So when we started, I had you only do 1. That means that there's 2 more that are due here. So if you look at it now, see, they're both joined now at the same spot. So to go down the side, you just gotta take your time and just evenly space it because of the outside. So do not go into a major gap like this. Go into like a chain area when you go to put these together, because they will be very obvious if you go into a major gap. It pulls the gap even worse than what it would be as if you didn't do it at all. So just going on both sides, again matching it all the way down. So just look carefully, be strategic on where your hook is going. Again, see, this is a gap space. You don't want to go into that because it'll open it right out. Just go into a chain, and what that does is it just pulls that one strand over to seal it without ruining the look here on the edge. So what I want you to do is that I want you to go to all 3 sides, doing the same thing when you get to the base of this particular one. So right here you're gonna put 3 single crochets as you turn. You'll have your stitches again, and then you're just gonna finish up on this side. Now here on the other side here, it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna show you how to be able to hide in these loose ends, okay, these strands that you carried, when I get back over there. Okay, 3 of my sides are now done just like so. I just happen to leave this side to the end. That's completely up to you where you want it to start with. So you're gonna move down. So whenever you have these strands that are carrying up over top, you want to tuck them in so that they're gonna be buried on the inside of your pillow. So moving down, you're gonna go to the next section here. Just make sure that you just tuck it underneath both of them. So just going in and just making sure that you go right up over them and just only into the other side. There we go, got it. So you want to tuck them in on the inside so that they're not on the outside of your project here. So just moving down, and anytime you've seen that, just make sure that you're just positioning those so they get tucked in the inside of the pillow. So this is a great way to kind of cheat the idea. Here's another one here, this beige. So just tuck it in, get this other one here, making sure it's in. Just making sure it's underneath, just like that. So you're gonna move down the whole thing, making sure those stay on the inside of the pillow so they don't emerge on the outside, and therefore you don't have to trim any yarn, and you can have a success story without a whole lot of hassle. So just take your time and just making sure everything is nice and tucked as you go. When you get back to the same corner that you started with, remember that you got to do 2 single crochets into the same corner, and that will finish it off, and then you're just gonna join it to the top of the beginning like this, and then there you're done. So that's it for now. All I just need to do now is weave in the ends and I'm good to go. Don't forget that your pillow form should have been in by now. I didn't have one this size. I'm just doing a small swatch, but make sure that you do put your pillow inside because this thing is good to go and you're now ready to use. Until next time, I'm Mikey on behalf of the Crochet Crowd. Have a great day. See ya.